I would like to introduce Miss Sonya Dove to come and join us now. Say bye to Bakila. Thank you, Bakila.
See you soon.
Sonya, are you there?
Hi, great. Yes, I am here. Can you hear me?
Hi.
Welcome, my darling.
Thank
So
you.
good to see you.
So good to
Good to
see
see you
you.
both.
All the way on the other side of the country. So glad we have
Yes,
technology to bring us all together to do this, and
yes,
love hearing your perspective and some of the topics that you brought. I'm sure everybody's wondering, what's on Sonia's mind. Sonia's been in the industry as an industry icon for a long time, and so maybe she has a greater lens into what's coming up. So I would love to talk to them about the topics that you gave us and hear your thoughts about that. So the first one that comes up was how to get back into, excuse me, I was about to read more Sean's, sorry. Sonia. Okay, stylists giving back to themselves. Why is that your first topic?
It's my first topic because I'm very passionate about it. Anyone that's a stylist, makeup artist, esthetician, salon owner, or company owner, they're usually of a type of personality that they're used to just giving out. That's the type of personality they are. They give out everything they have from themselves. For stylists, it's in the salon, and for salon owners, it's giving out to their team, to people that they work with them. But what I'm really passionate about is making sure that people give back to themselves. And it's something that I've always struggled with. I'll be honest with you. My big challenge all my life has been time. The lack of time. And now we're in this situation. I've got all the time in the world being at home. But what happened is, at first, I had a little bit, I went through a process of guilt. I was doing things like giving back to myself looked like having a long bath with lots of candles around and lots of bubbles, and maybe having a glass of champagne while I'm in the bath. But that felt so guilty to do something like that, even when I had time. And so, but hairdressers or anyone out there, do the things that give back to yourself, because no one else is going to do it for you, especially when you think about your daily routine. You're giving out, then you get home, and then you're giving out to your family, your friends, your partners, your animals, whomever, and always in that motion of giving out. But there comes a time that you really, really need to give back to yourself. And it comes with age a little bit as well. But do things that you've always wanted to do. Some of the other days at home, my boyfriend thought I was mad. I just cranked up the music. It was 8 o'clock at night. I danced barefoot in my living room with the music really, really loud. Yes, he thought I'd lost it. But what it was something I felt like doing because I wanted to feel happy. I wanted to give back to myself because that's something I want to do for myself, and it made me feel so much greater later. So hairdressers, all of you out there, do something little to give back to yourself on a daily basis. That's where's that question came from.
That's awesome. I love that.
Wise
And
words.
I think that's so true. I think it is about thinking about what do you need to fill your cup back up. And one thing that I heard from a lot of stylists who've been reaching out on social media was a lot of people saying, hey, I can't believe this is the first time I actually took the time to learn a new technique or to go to an online class or to, listen to some advice that you guys have and things like that. And it's interesting because a lot of really busy stylists don't have the luxury of time, right? They don't have the luxury to get into a classroom and learn something new as much as they might want to. So I hope that the people who have reached out and felt really good about giving themselves that time to learn something new, that they continue to do that when they go back into the workforce. And to your point, Sonia, whether you're an esthetician or a makeup artist or an arch expert or a hairstylist, like take that time to fill you back up so you feel empowered so that you can share that knowledge and share that energy and excitement with your guests when you get back into the salon.
That's true. And the challenge is, Nick, that we've got the time now, but when we go back and we're back at work eventually, making sure that we give ourselves that space to give back to ourselves. That's going to be the tough one. It
What
really
I've
is.
learned,
But yes.
yeah, to your point, what I've learned is that if you don't schedule it, it isn't happening. Like if you don't make it happen, it's not going to happen.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
You know what,
right.
Sonia? I'm glad that you and Nick had a chance to kind of banter for a second before that, because I'm watching our kind of run of show script on one screen, and I'm watching the live. And as I was watching the live, you can't see it right now, but all the viewers could see B-roll footage that the team captured. Sorry, I'm going to try not to get emotional, but I am feeling it for sure. A lot of the B-roll footage of you was taken in my salon in New York City. Even the painting behind me was on the wall in the photo and the video of the salon that I owned in New York City. And even though I'm no longer the owner of Am Carver Studio, and now that the world has placed me, like we said, the universe gave me an opportunity, and here I am in Chicago, and I'm safe, and I've got all these great things. The team that took over the Am Carver Studio there are people that weigh on my mind and make me. I'm worried about them, and I'm worried about how they're going to get through it, and I stay connected to them. I don't just think about what I can be doing. I stay thinking about how others out there might be struggling, and how I can reach out and provide any kind of emotional support or any kind of just discussion points. And it was hard because I was watching that video and I hadn't seen that, and I saw this painting behind me, and there it was with you, and we were working, and I started to like well up, because those were memories of what feels like a lifetime ago, but here we are already shifting into a new place. And it feels like it's moving, and life should move forward. And I'm grateful for where we were, that we got to share that moment there together, and looking forward to all the moments that we will be sharing in the future in other places. And I have full trust that we will be able to do that stronger together, being emotionally vulnerable and just telling people like, hey, it's like scary for me too. That was hard to watch for me. But I'm glad we showed it, and I'm glad that I was able to see that. And you bet I'll be calling every one of those old employees of mine to make sure they're feeling okay tonight, because you just reminded me of that.
See,
I'm
no
going to ask.
accidents in life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You guys talked for a second. I was really kind of like drippy for a second there. So thanks for giving me some time. Here's another question for you, Sonia. So do we think the industry will be different upon return, like in the salon, education, and what does that look like to you in your crystal ball, maybe?
Yes, well, definitely. As listening to Pakila, she was incredible and opened up even more thoughts for myself. I'd like to address in the salon, because I'm very passionate about working in the Ulta store in Santa Monica, and my clients, I mean, I've missed them so much, I really have, and I know they've missed me, and I have stayed connected with them on the phone. I've called every one of them individually, just checking in with them every now and again. But I know when we go back to the salon, we're going to have to be quite different. I think the first thing that comes to mind, I'm going to have to be very, very compassionate with my clients, because when they walk into the salon, I don't know what's going on in their head. I don't know what they've been through. I don't know what has happened for them. So we're going to have to really, really have a big heart. We have a very caring way of approaching them, and take each one individually, because we don't know. I did used to know them really well when I was seeing them every week or every couple of weeks. But now with this period of time, I feel like I'm probably going to see them in a whole new different light and in a whole new different way. That's just the clients, let alone the people I work with, the team I work with in the salon. So I'm actually, at first I was nervous, but now I'm really energized and excited that this will be a new way of being. It will create a new world of doing business. And it's almost like starting from scratch again, which I love because it's very exciting. But we're going to have to tread carefully and slowly and have a lot of compassion for sure. Don't you think so?
Yeah, absolutely. Nick, I know you were talking a little bit earlier today when you and I were just kind of bantering about real tangible things, and talking about these clients. If they have been able to stay home and not come in, it's that opportunity for you to finally kind of give them that makeover that maybe they've always been wanting, right? So this could be an opportunity where you're spending this time thinking about that specific person and kind of reaching out to them to see if they're okay from a human element, but also say, hey, let's, like, if you are like Sonia is saying, you listen to them, you put your ears wide open and hear where they're at and where they're and say, you know, I've been thinking a lot about you too. Maybe now is the moment that we do that big change we've always thought about doing, you know?
Yes. Yes.
No, I agree.
Yes, I think there's going to be a lot of clients and guests requesting makeovers because they just want to let go of the old and bring on new, which is going to be fabulous. And I'm super excited about that. And I'm really going to be coming from a place of caring, first and foremost, listening to them about their personal life, what has happened, and then approach their hair topic a little bit later on in the conversation.
You know, I mean, and Sonia, what I think about when I think of, you know, what will the new normal be, right? And things will change in the salon, and all of those are great points. I will tell you, even, you know, for us at Alta Beauty, like, we are partnering with doctors who are pandemic experts and epidemiologists to really understand exactly what we're dealing with and how we go back and make sure that our associates are safe and make sure that our guests feel safe while they're in the salon. So protocols are going to change. Social distancing is going to still be a thing. The way we clean, the amount of times we clean, sanitation rules, all of that changes, right, as we go back. And it's all going to be good because it's what we need to do to protect the guests and the associate. But it'll be different and it'll be new. And in the beginning, it's going to feel like, oh, this is strange because it's not something we're comfortable with yet. But just like anything else, once we get a rhythm going, it's going to feel like we didn't lose any time at all.
Yes, that's true.
All right, Sonia. So the last one I have on here is, I think it's just a kind of a building up and a cherry on top, almost topic wise from what you had, which is coming together and creating a new. And so I'm going to leave that on there because I'm thinking maybe you had something that you thought. We're talking about guests, but I think when you say coming together and creating a new, it's almost like us artists. Like, what are we doing to come together as artists? Because it's no longer like Sonia for Wella or Sean for Redkin or me for Lanza. It's a new day. It's a new day with Barriers Broken. Yeah.
Yes, the reason I wanted to give you that little question was I truly, truly believe in my heart that it is going to be very different. And I think personally, the power is in the people. I've always been a believer of that. I do a lot of reading books and things like that. And I think as a community, the hairdressing community, which is the bigger picture, coming together and creating new things. Whether artists coming together, I mean, Ulta Beauty does it absolutely incredibly. You know, having a pro team from all different manufacturers all coming together and then creating an even stronger message. But I think it's a time that we have to do things differently, and we will be coming together differently to create just a new world, a new life. It's an exciting time. So it's not just artists, but it's the hairdressing industry as a community, because basically all community is a volume of people. That's what a community is. So the more people that have that conscious effort of creating a new way of doing education, it will definitely stay, because more power is in the people, definitely. And I'm excited for all of what we're going to be doing in the future. I know we've got lots of things that are going to happen, but we have a power. We are in a very, very powerful industry. You know, we're touching people, we're inspiring people, we're making people feel great. That's what we do every day. So it's really a fabulous industry to be in.
It is. And I think now more than ever is when we have to unite as one, right? As an industry in total. Like, we have to make sure that we help everyone jump back in and be successful. And whether that's, you know, tips and tricks, whether that's where, you know, to find the knowledge, whether that's a salon that they need to call their home, you know, we need to think about all those things, because you know, it is going to be different. There are going to be, unfortunately, some salons that don't make it through this. So how do we come together as an industry and make sure that we provide homes for those associates? So that's going to be critical.